Now we move into leverage trading options, and although I'm not going to go into a great deal of detail right now, because that's more for trading and something we don't need to touch on this early in the piece, but leverage trading options require different platforms again. Now leverage is definitely the domain of a trader such as myself. Leverage is a double-edged sword, okay? With additional gains comes additional risk, and you need to understand what that risk looks like. Fortunately, that's exactly what I do and I teach you about that. The bottom line is this: when it comes to leverage, you need to understand what it is. A mortgage is the best example to use. You might use 10% deposit to buy a house worth $1 million. So therefore, $100,000, you borrow the rest from the bank, you now have an asset valued at $1 million. Now, of course, if that asset goes up by, let's say, $200,000, you are then able to sell that, pay the bank back, pay yourself back for the deposit, and you're left with a net gain of $100,000. Now again, I'm not going to get too into the depth and detail of what leverage actually means, but that is the basis of it. And if you decide, and I'm sure you will, to join me and trade the markets, we'll touch on that later on, and it'll be something that will really blow your mind. It doesn't need to be scary. You learn to walk, you learn to ride a bike, you learn to drive a car, you learn to use the internet. All you got to do is learn what it means, and education will help you with that. So moving now into where to find out more about the projects, where they're listed, and what you can do to make some of your own decisions. There's a wonderful resource out there called coinmarketcap.com. Now I suggest you have a look at that because it basically shows you all of the tokens and where they're listed by size or market capitalization in the top 100 or below. Now I tend to trade more or less within the top 100 because that's where, in these early stages, the volatility and the volume remains at the moment. Now this resource is a wonderful one, and I'm about to walk you through and show you exactly how you can get the most of this.
The Trader Cobb Crypto Show, talking business in blockchain.